Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Reef Drama. So today we've got a little bit of sad news, or disappointing news I should say, not really sad, disappointing. We've got diatoms. Ugh. So obviously the new sand that went into this system behind 3 bags, if you remember. And you remember I said I should have done 4? Well, probably a good job I didn't, but 3 is bad enough. But new 3 bags of the sand's gone in, and obviously the silicate that's coming out of that sand is creating diatoms in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you over and kind of show you what's going on in here, what we're doing, kind of, you know, or what we're trying, I suppose, to actually combat it, and then sort of see what works and really what kind of doesn't work. But just quickly before I do, what do you think of the new lens? Is it any good? I don't know. It's the 50mm, the nifty 50 as it's called on the old Canon here. So we'll maybe use this, every now and again. Probably won't use it all the time because I can't actually zoom in and zoom out on it. It is what it is. But yeah, it's a new lens, and I just thought I'd try it out. So anyway, come on, let's go, and I'll show you what's going on over here. Alright then guys, so just to show you what I mean, I've just turned the camera around obviously and turned the white lights on, and this is kind of what we've got, which I believe is diatoms, as I say. However, it has been there for a while. I do believe it's from the silicates, from the sand obviously that I put in. The brand new 3 bags of sand, but obviously it's everywhere. I can't have clean up crew because obviously of him, you've guessed it. He just eats everything, or would eat everything if I put snails and all that sort of stuff in. Got a little bit there on the inside of that glass. I don't clean that side of the glass that often because on this side I've got it blacked off, and that's because Piney can see me through that end panel glass and into the kitchen, and sort of sees me preparing his food, and he starts to go like mad and starts splashing around and stuff. So that's why that one has got the cover over it. But yeah, just kind of putting you around here and all over. I mean, obviously underneath the rock, look, where the light can't really get to it, it's clear. It goes at night, comes back in the morning. It kind of, if I use my turkey baster to like puff the sand, it disappears and the sand goes pure white again, and obviously looks lovely. And also the same with the rock, you know, I puff off the rock and all the bits come off the rock. And we've got some sort of bubbles caught up in some of the diatoms there as well. It's not bubble algae, it's just bubbles that are caught, as you can see when the wave makers kind of hit each other in the middle, so to speak. I don't know if you're going to be able to see all them bubbles where it's aimed at the top of the surface, and then they both kick in at the same time. That's sort of creating those bubbles, and it's those bubbles I believe that are kind of capturing onto the rock. But yeah, so what we're going to do is, well, what I'm doing at the moment is I have cranked the power heads up, so they are on a lot more power now than what they were before. So they're cranked right up. I've got the lights right down to like 5% on one of the blues, and just running that for about sort of 7-8 hours a day. I'm going to try that for about 2 or 3 days, see how that goes. What else have I done? I'm also taking some, especially from that back right hand corner there, I'm going to take a sample of that, and I'm going to send it to one of my YouTube subscribers, Matthew. So shout out to Matthew, and so I'm going to send him a sample of that sand, and then he's going to look at it under his microscope and kind of let me know, or record the results and let me know, and then I'll be able to add that to this video as well. But yeah, guys, what do you think? You know, is there anything else that I can do with this other than just kind of leave it to kind of eat through the silicates that I believe is what's causing it? It certainly doesn't look very nice, but I suppose it's, you know, like a new tank syndrome, isn't it, I guess? But yeah, any advice that you've got, that would be great. And as I say, I'll a little bit later on in the video, you will see or hear the results from the sand being tested under the microscope. As I say, kindly done by Matthew. So again, big shout out to Matthew for that. And we shall see. I think next thing really is getting an ICP test and getting that sent off. But yeah, if it wasn't for you, buddy, I'd have all sorts of sand sifting, clean-up crew in there, and they would be doing a marvellous job. But you eat them. I know. You're just doing what you do though, aren't you? Can't blame you. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. I shall report back as and when I hear anything. A big shout out to Matthew for doing what he did for me, but I sent off a sample of my sand with some diatoms in it, and basically he then put it under his microscope, and what I'll do is I'll overlay the pictures that he sent me back, so hopefully on this one you'll be able to see that we've got the little diatoms. They look like little Mercedes badge, kind of, that's the only way that I can kind of explain what it looks like, but that is definitely diatom. So at least we don't have anything else. So it has been tested, as I say, under the microscope, which is pretty unusual for me. I mean, I've kept koi in the past, and I know that, you know, a lot of people scrape their koi, so they'll get some of the mucus off the fish itself, get it onto the little slide, put it under the microscope, and then they'll be testing for parasites, etc. Don't really hear of it too much in the saltwater sort of field. Obviously, you're not going to get your hippo tang out or your yellow tang or something and start scraping the fish, but obviously we can do certain tests under the microscope still with things like sand and stuff like that. So that was pretty interesting to me. Hadn't really heard of that or come across that before in the past, but anyway, he did that for me, so that was great, and we definitely have got diatoms. So what I brought is, just let me grab this, I bought some of this stuff, hopefully you can see that. Basically it's a silicate remover. Now obviously Rowaphos is supposed to do silicate as well as phosphates, but it just hasn't really seemed to be doing any good. Now last time I tested my phosphates it was at 0.06. It used to run at 0.03 in my old tank, and obviously with this one now we've got 0.06. Can't really seem to get it down any lower than that, but you know, that's still not too bad at all. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything for the silicate. So I've got this stuff from Sera, I think it's called, S-E-R-A, Sera, silicate clear or silicate remover. Basically I've got 2 boxes of this 500 gram box, says here on the side, is good for up to, I think it was 400 litres, between 2 to 400 litres. So I bought 2 of these, because obviously we've got a good 600 litre system behind, and each one come with its own little media bag as well. So a little black media bag, and basically I've just tipped both boxes into the one media bag and then put that into the sump. So I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So just kind of put it in a high flow kind of area, and I've also got where the nitrate pearl reactor kind of comes out. That's also powering onto it as well. So we're going to give this a go. We're going to see how it performs. It says it's good for up to about 3 months, depending on the silicate level. So come on. This way. Alright then guys, so just thought I'd bring you in a little bit closer on this side of this box so you can pause the video and read it if you need to, but basically that's all about this silicate clear. And then as far as the bag is concerned, you can see that there. So I've got, as I say, 2 boxes in that media bag. I mean, is it in a high flow area? Who knows? It's difficult really. In this sort of sump, I don't know if there really is any massively high flow area, but we do have the nitrate pearl reactor, as you can see there. The output is, see this white tube, and then that goes down, and the idea was that, see, then the skimmer can suck it sort of straight in, but it is also directly above that bag of silicate remover. So as I say, we shall see how it gets on. But one of the other things that I wanted to show you while we're in the sump is my DIY spillway. So let me just bring you up onto that. I don't know if you're going to be able to make this out, guys, but all these little bits that are inside this first chamber, hopefully you can see them, and they come up and they go straight over, look, straight over the DIY weir or spillway, as you can see, all the way along the front there, collected. And what happens is, as this sort of builds up, it will just build across, the water will run across the top of it, and it will just keep pushing all this debris all the way down almost to the end, and that's where I'll then take it out and replace it. Underneath, all we've got is just a piece of egg crate just to hold it up, and then obviously underneath we've got the 4 cups with more filter floss in. But yeah, still a few little bits and pieces in there. Just cleaned off the glass, that's why there's bits in there. As you can see now, the glass on that first chamber is lovely and clean. But I just wanted to try and show you the way this DIY spillway works. Look at that, really pleased with that. Prevents a lot of stuff from going down into the filter floss that's in here and then just being in the water column. Obviously this one gets the most, those 2, and then these 2 don't get much really at all, but the majority is caught there, look. So just thought I'd quickly show you kind of how that works. Well, there we go then, guys. So you've seen basically what's happening in the tank behind me with regards to the diatoms. You've heard what we are doing to try and combat it, and obviously together with that silicate remover that's just gone in, we're hopefully going to see a result with that as it starts to kind of, you know, deplete the silicate, I suppose, and then obviously once that's depleted, then the diatoms will disappear as well, and hopefully we'll have lovely clean sand. Obviously, as I mentioned before in the video, you know, I can't have cleanup crew because obviously Pioneer will just eat it all. So we're kind of, you know, restricted, shall we say. What did you think of that DIY spillway that I showed you? Stick a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of that. It's very, very easy to make. And I'll tell you what, it does work very, very well. I did one before on the old tank, which is why obviously I've done it on this new one. But previously, right from the beginning of where I got the idea from in the first place, was when I had my koi pond. I had a much bigger version of it, and it really worked very well on that. So I thought, well, scale it down. I'm sure it can work in here. It kind of like, I suppose, like the reef mats. You know, obviously that's all automatic. It's kind of rolling on the roll as such. As it, when it gets dirty, it rolls it onto the next a little bit. But you know, I think this is maybe the next best thing between that and just having filter floss stuck in your cups, which is always in the water column itself. So this is above the water column, and the water can just, you know, basically put all the debris onto it, and then the water goes straight down through the 4 filter cups and then in through the rest of the sump. So seems to be doing a very good job, and I'm really happy with it. As I say, let me know what you think. If you've liked this video, press the little like button, and if you're already subscribed, then that's great. Thank you very much. Thanks for supporting my channel and myself. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and just press the little wee subscribe button that will pop up on the screen very shortly. If not already, it's probably there anyway. That's pretty much it from me and from Pioneer over there somewhere in the distance, so you might not see very well because of this new lens, because it kind of blurs everything out behind me, but he is there, don't worry, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon.
Easy go.